assumption loops and ambiguity loops. So what are those? Assumption or ambiguity loop is basically a situation in which you don't know the reality. So a business ambiguity loop, for example, you have an online event and you recognize that for some reason this time not many people showed up and not many people bought the offer. And when we have this ambiguity loop, what our mind starts to think about is, okay, why? So based on our assumptions, we are trying to fill in the gaps and think about, okay, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. We don't know what happened in terms of why the offer didn't sell. So we have these fill in the blanks type of situation. So what happens in our head is that when we have a lack of clarity and we have ambiguity, we are trying to make up some sort of a narrative, some sort of a story, right? And the most grounded way to think about it and to hold it in your awareness is that right now, actually, I don't know. I lack data. And I think this is where most people slip, because most people, they don't want to admit that they don't know, right? I think the brain does not like to sit in ambiguity because we want clarity. But also what the brain does is it creates scenarios, right? And that makes perfect sense if you think about it, right? Because it's easier to think, well, it's a them problem, or it's easier to think, oh, well, you know, maybe they were the bad audience, right? Or it's easier to go into self-blame. In both of the scenarios, what we are trying to do is we are trying to control mentally, but we are trying to control uncertainty, right? And that's why I love doing this in business. I love to ground clients in that scenario and be like, you know what, we don't know. What we know is we don't know, and maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's that, but you know what, how about we test it out?